I love how those circles are repeated in these two sections. Come and join me as I quilt it. Hey guys, welcome back to Frances Quilts. Today we are starting the next section of this purple mandala. We're going to be doing the next two sections or next two rows together. I think it's going to be a fun design and I can't wait to show it to you. Let's get started. All right, we are ready for the next two rounds. We're going to do those together. Let me show you what they're going to look like. We're going to start at one of these points and we're going to make a line up to this point on the next grid. So up and back down. Remember, we're thinking of these as grids. Then we're going to come back over just a little bit, and we're going to come back maybe halfway and then back down. And then we're going to come over a little bit further, and we're going to come back up one more time. Now remember, we're doing this in threes because it gives us one direction, two back the way we came, three then going that way again, and that puts us in place to be able to come over here and do the next one. Up and down. But before we do, when we get to this center section, we're going to take the line all the way up to here, and we're going to do a circle like we were doing in here. And we'll come back down, and then we'll do another one of our little two section grids here. Up and down, up and down. We'll get back to here. Remember, we have to come up and do a circle, and then back down. Hopefully better than that. Up, down, back over, up to here, and a circle, and back down. Let's do one more. Okay, then we're going to come from the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing again. So starting here, we're going to come down and meet that circle, just like we did in the original section. And then we're going to come here so that we're meeting that line, and across, and back, and over, and back, like that. Come back to here, and we're going to come down here and meet that one again, and then we're going to go again. Now you're seeing that this time these lines are a little bit further apart because this grid is bigger than this grid. So we're just going to keep coming across, come down and meet that one and back, and let's do one more here and back. So that is the grid that we're going to do. What we're going to end up with is a diamond shape with this design inside it. We could do that all as one shape, but it's going to be very hard to get all of these other little lines in there if we do that all at one time. So that's why we're going to do it in two different sections. This first one first, and then following that one. Let's go do it. All right, let's remember we're going to come here and back down, over a little, back up and down, over a little, back up and down. Here, when we get back to this line, we're going to come up here and do a circle and then back down again. Let's do it. Up to the point, back down to the other point. Ooh, that's not very straight, but we're not going to worry about it. I need to work on straightening those out as I do them. They should get better once I have done it a little bit more. Come up and circle and back down. Now we're in the spot to start the next one. here. I'm finally learning that to keep these similar shapes and sizes, I'm needing to stop about 1/4 of an inch from this line. So if I stop here and I do my circle so that it's about 1/4 of an inch this side as well, that's going to give me a little more regularity with it. This one you can see is a little small. This one isn't really round, but that's all right. We're going to keep going. Whoops, did you see what I forgot? I forgot to do my circle. So before I go any further, I'm going to come back over here. I knew it looked weird, but I couldn't figure out why. There, crisis averted. So I could have just finished here. I could have come up here, done this circle, and then come up here and gotten started on the next round here. But it's just dawned on me that I have my ruler foot on, so it may be making it a little bit harder for you to see. So before I do this second round here, I'm going to slip off that ruler foot and just put on the regular free motion foot. I'll be back. All right, that didn't take very long. So now we're going to do just the opposite. We're going to come down and hit that circle and back up again. Down there and back up. And now let's see, I think I'll go this direction. We're going to make straight lines from here to here, back to here, over, back, down, over, back, down, and then keep going that direction. Let's do it. You can see that these lines are a little bit bigger because we have a bigger area to work on as that circle gets larger as it goes. All right, let's do this last one together. The thing that I have noticed is that I need to make sure that I'm hitting this point up here. I think that's important for this line to come up and hit that point right there. So that's the first step in this, is just making sure I hit that. I found it easier keeping my line straight going this direction than I did the first way, but that's all right. Now come down and hit that next point again down here. Didn't do a very good job there, but that's all right. You notice I say that's all right a lot because it is. You're not going to notice it. The cool thing that I like about doing it this way is this looks like an extremely complicated design. But as you've seen, I have just quilted one grid at a time, or in this case, maybe 2 grids at a time. The only area that I'm worried about is that area right in through there, from there to there. In this one, I was just worried about that area right there. So the same thing, we're just quilting at one little section at a time, a lot of little short, straightish lines, some circles that are not all the same shape or size, but I think it's looking really good. Okay, that section's done. I love how that's looking. I love the circles here being echoed in the larger circles here. And remember, it is one grid at a time. It looks complicated, but it isn't if you break it down into very simple, easy chunks to do. We're going well on mandala number 4. Come back next Friday, and I think we're going to finish this one up. We'll just see how long it takes to quilt it. I encourage you to check out my blog at francesquilts.com/blog. I post daily on there about quilting, about patchwork, about ideas and designs and inspirations, and I hope you'll come and subscribe to that. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, thank you for joining me, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time on Frances Quilts. Remember, if you like what you've seen, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please check out my website and daily blog at francesquilts.com, and I can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Frances Quilts. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.